This is actually a really cool lesson because we want to figure out what the better deal is. So we're going to look at two problems where we're comparing different types of discounts. And us as consumers, which is the better deal, which means which deal keeps more money in our pockets. So let's look at the first one. Gabby can get an iPhone for 15% off or $75 off. And some kids are going, well, 75 is bigger than 15. But remember, we're talking dollars and percents, two totally different things. The original cost of the iPhone is $1,099. And yeah, I know they're more than that, but this is just a math problem. Which option should she choose? Should Gabby take the 15% off or the 75% off? And you're going to see deals like this, so this is great math to know. So that's our goal. We want to know which is lower. So which price will be lower so we keep more money in our pocket. And so we're going to compare both to find out what the better deal is. We know the original amount for the phone, and we know this is going to be a decrease. So we're going to look for less than 100% of the price. And we can actually figure out right now for one of those problems what $75 off is. We can just do some subtraction to figure out the change. But for the second one, we've got to figure out that percentage. And we know that 15% off is the same as 85% of the original price. So that's going to be our goal. So we're going to just take the $75 off and subtract to figure out that option. That's easy. We can kind of do that in our heads. But we're going to use math to figure out the other option. And when we use math, we're going to find out 85% of the original price when we set that up. And then we're going to create the ratio table to figure out what the new price would be. 85% of $1,099 will give us the new price. You know, we're going to cross multiply. And then we're going to compare. And we're going to see which is the lower price. And that is the one we should choose. All right. So hit pause, jot this down in your notes, and let's see how we do this in action, because you're going to be doing this in real life. I already know it. First option is pretty easy to figure out. I just took $75 off and I get $1,024. Let's set up our second option. And again, I am doing it out of 100%, but instead of doing 15% and taking that off, I just want to find out 85%. So it's still a part to whole relationship, but I want to know what is 85% of $1,099. So I already know, I keep doing this, 100N is equal to 1099 times 85. And that gives us 93,415. Sounds pretty large, but remember, we're going to divide this by 100. And that means our new price is $934.15. So think about this. I think you can figure it out for yourselves, which is the better deal, to get the 15% off and pay $934.15, or $75 off and you still have to pay over $1,000. Duh, common sense, we'd rather choose the option of 15% off. It's the better deal. The new price is $934.15. So hit pause and jot this one down in your notes. So a lot of us use Uber Eats. I do too, and you know they now have a subscription service, and a lot of us are asking, do we actually save money? So let's look at this situation. Would you rather take 20% off a meal that costs $85 on Uber Eats, or pay $20 every single month for an Uber Eats membership and 30% off of that $85 meal? Now, for this situation, we're just pretending it's this one meal. So we're not thinking about all the meals for the month. For just this one-time meal, which is the better option, which keeps more money in your pocket? So that's what we're going to look for. Is it better to have 20% off 85 or 30% off 85 plus the $20 a month. So we know the original amount is the same on both. And we know how to calculate how much the price goes down. We know that's the percent change that we're looking for. And we know that 20% off is the same thing as 80% of the original price. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with the 30% off. That's like 70% off the price. So here's our goal for this lesson. We want to find out how much the price really changed. Then we want to use math to find the new price in both situations. So we're going to do math twice so we can see both. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to find 80% of $85 and we're going to find 70% of $85. Automatically, you should know one is going to be lower. The 70% should be lower. And we'll use our cross multiplying for that. But at the end, we have to add the extra $20 to the 70%. And that's, my friends, where we figure out which is the better deal. To just take 20% off one time, or is it better to have 70% off, which is like saving a lot more, but you got to pay this extra 20 bucks. Hit pause and let's jot this down in our notes. You know, when I wrote this one, I was thinking a lot about Uber One, which is a new service and membership charge, and how if it saves me any money. But let's look at these two scenarios. In the first one, we want 20% off. So that's like 80% out of 100 if my meal is just $85. So here's the first setup. In the second setup, I want 30% off. So that's 70% out of 100. And it's still an $85 meal. So if it was just this, we know which one would save us more money. 70%, I'd rather pay 70% than 80%. But then there's this plus 20. So whatever I do on this side, at the end, I'm gonna add $20. So let's get started. We have 100N is equal to 85 times 80. These are both part to wholes. 85 times 80. 6,800. I'm dividing it by 100. So N equals $68. So this is what this meal would cost. 68 bucks. We got this number. So let's figure out what 70% would be. 100N is equal to 70 times 85. And I get 59.50. Divide both by 100. And in this case, well, I actually already divided it. So 5,950, I get $59.50. All right, so this one looks cheaper already. Remember, we're gonna add the $20 to that. So $59.50 plus 20 makes this meal $79.50. And this is more expensive. So I'd rather pay $68 than $79. Take 20% off and pay $68. Then 30% plus $20, which is $79.50. So there are my results. Take it or leave it, but this makes a lot of sense, and I really like using math to figure this out and to compare prices. So I just wanted to show you that part and compare. But hit pause, you can jot this down into your notes. And I will see you in the next lesson, Math Marvels. Things are getting interesting. We're using real world math. Take care.